Done. All right, we're live.
All right, did you?
Yep, we're live. All right. Let me just load up.
But you know, it's kind of crazy. I looked at like the items that people create on like Marketplace, and it's a bunch of copies or like game passes of Headless Horseman, core blocks. They're all fakes. We can make our game like with different fonts.
What do you mean fonts?
Like you know what? You know like when you type in a word or something, you can change the style of it. That's what fonts are.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot that I turned off my Roblox light mode on for 2 seconds and I almost accidentally blind myself. Hold on, let me turn on the lights because it's too dark in here.
Grammarly's top 3 tips on starting an essay.
Let's say you're struggling.
Alright, so Roblox updated their team create system, and that means my old video is outdated. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to add team create to your game with the updated method. So now it's super simple to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to first click view up at the top, and then you need to find this team create button.
Oh my god, I have to log in. Bruh. Plug. Plug. Wait, no, I'm just gonna go into the roblox.com app. Create. There we go. Now I'm in.
Alright, you're in?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm in the Creator Hub, so what do I do next? Hello?
I'm trying to figure out how to add you real quick.
Button. It looks like a little...
There we go. Let's go.
Alright, did you get me yet?
No, not yet.
Alright.
Stupid. Was 9 plus 10. Hi, everyone. Time to learn how to code. Yeah, I added you. I think.
Alright, how do I do it? How do I get to it?
No idea. Let me just finish the video.
Little square with a circle around it or something. Once you click that, what you're going to see is either enable team create, or you're going to see this picture of you and your name. If you see this picture of you and your name, then that means you automatically have had team create enabled for you. That's part of Roblox's new team create update. Most games by default have this now, but if you don't, you're going to have to click like enable, and then it may ask you to restart the game. So just click enable and restart the game, and then come back here for the next step. Right after that, usually what we did in the last tutorial was go to the game settings for this, but for this new updated method, you're going to come up here to this collaborate button, and now you're going to be able to find people to do your game with. So for instance, if I add my alt for my other channel, I can go ahead and click on him, and I can drop this down, and I can either let him edit the game, or I can let him just play the game. If you select edit, people will be able to collaborate with you in Studio. All they'll have to do is, when they open up Studio, go to My Games, and then this shared with me.
Go to My Games, and then shared with me. Time to figure out how to code.
Where you in Creator Hub?
No, I'm just in the normal Roblox Studio.
Oh. Hold on, let me.
How long is
I
it?
like to find the best way to learn math and science.
12 minutes.
It's brilliant.org.
Whoa.
I'm going on
Do
Roblox
you want to
Studio.
learn how to script on Roblox in 2023? If so, you're in the perfect place, because in this 14-part series, I'm going to be guiding you through everything you need to know about scripting. Today, we are going to start about printing. So, what is printing? I usually start out these videos by explaining the topic of the video, and let's define printing. So printing is essentially writing a message to ourselves as developers. So you can now call yourself a developer as you're embarking on this world of scripting. It's really fun, so buckle up for some awesome content. So printing, like I said, is kind of like writing a message to us as a developer.
Why is my computer about to
writing
crash?
something that we can look at.
Well, no crap.
Yeah, Michael, what did you not understand by
That's
watching a video?
terms. If you get into programming, you hear people talk about debugging, and that just means fixing your code.
Because I accidentally clicked Roblox Studio 5
scripts and how we can actually even make a script,
I'm in the game.
and just even so that we can script it all. So what you're going to do is you're going to notice you have these icons in Roblox Studio. If you don't know how to do that, I'll leave a link down in the description to a video. It may be from like 2020 or something, but it doesn't matter. It's still the same steps. So make sure you have that installed. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to come to Server Script Service. Now, this is where I keep most of my scripts when I'm scripting. It's because this is a good place to store all of your server-sided scripts. We'll get into that in a future episode, server versus client. Hover over any of these things, and then there's Server Script Service. If you hover your mouse over it, you're going to see this little plus icon, and if you click it, you can actually see a ton of different things you can put inside of your game. Now, for the purpose of this series, we're going to be focusing on scripting, so you can search up script and make sure it's not a module script or a local script. You want a regular script. And if you click it, you'll notice that you're magically teleported into this world of code. So congratulations, you have made a script. So the way you can navigate between this and your game are these tabs over here. I'm kind of circling my mouse around so you can see it. There's the script tab, and then there's the base plate tab. You can click these to go between your games. So you can switch between the game here and the script here. Okay? So that's how you navigate. And what is going on here, you may be asking? We have this weird print hello world, we have lines, we have like this blank, almost spreadsheet sort of thing, and we have now a script inside a server script service. So there's a lot to cover real quick in a pretty short amount of time. So first, let me just show you quickly how you can name your scripts, because this is going to be something that you really want to do. So how do you rename your script? So this one's pretty simple. What you're going to want to do, and I actually should have mentioned that at first, if you don't see this explorer where all these services are, and this little window called properties, you're going to want to open them, and the way you do that is by clicking this view button up here, and then you click explorer and properties. That's just to toggle them on and off. As you can see, I'm clicking and clicking, and it goes on and off. I would always keep these two on because they're going to be super important in making games. So properties kind of like it deals with, well, the properties of an item. So for example, and that will open up this tab that you can then switch back. You can do it one of two ways. You can either click the name script and wait a second, and it'll open that up right there, so you can type these right here. It says print, and it's super. It's just, I don't know why it started. If somebody knows the history. By the way, sorry about all those notifications up here. I've got that turned off. Model app play button, and if you game, and your avatar will load into the game that you've been making, okay? Now, the cool thing is, if you come down to the output, and I'm going to show you how to open that right now, actually, and you're going to want to go in a series, always keep it open. Okay, so yeah, just always keep the output open. And let's see, where were we going from there? Alright, we were going to go ahead and go back to the home tab and hit play. Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 4 in our beginner. Let's get started with a comment question. What inspired you to want to learn the script? That's today's question. Answer in the comments below. I'd love to hear your answers. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into today's episode. Today is all about functions and events. So first off, what is a function? So function is almost sort of like a variable because it's kind of like a box. But this is like box 2.0, okay? This is kind of like variable 2.0 because you can do, it's like a block of code that you can call again later. So you can store this block of code kind of like the variables, but you can do it over and over again. Something you can do. Like we could make a function that does all of this property stuff in one function, and then we can use it over and over. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Let's insert a script inside of script service, and we're going to call this functions and events, okay? So, let's start out by showing you, I'm going to start out by showing you how to write a function. So, the way you do this is by typing function and then the name of your function. We're going to call this change color, open close parentheses, and drop a line. And you'll notice this is the first time we've seen this thing here, an end. Now, what is this end thing, you may ask? And that is basically saying, okay, anything before this end and after this function is part of our function, okay? So anything in between the function and the end is a block of code, okay? It's this change color function. And it's super important that you make sure you have these parentheses right here. Okay, so we're going to create another part for this function. That's just going to...
I just added a little bit terrain.
And we are going to go ahead and scale it up like this. Okay, we're going to make it big like that. And we're going to call this functions part. Alright, let's make sure it's anchored, okay, because that's kind of important. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into this function. Inside of the function, we're just going to find our part. So we're going to make another variable. We're going to say local functions part equals member game dot workspace. Right, we're looking inside of the workspace dot properties part. And we can say, sorry, not properties part, functions part, this new one. And we can say functions part, and we're going to change a property. Dot brick color, we're going to do the brick color equals brick color dot random, right? Remember that? Whoops, capital R. And that will just give it a random brick color, okay? So, we could close out of the script, and we can hit run. And you're going to notice, wait a second, it doesn't do anything. That's because we never called the function. So, this is kind of like saying, hey, we have this thing that we want you to do, but we never tell you when to do it.
I'm just going to play around with the code and how to do everything, so I'm just going to mess around with stuff.
I'm just adding some lava paths. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright, some more generates. So how do I make like a path with the terrain editor?
I don't know.
I just try my best.
Okay.